With the recent merger of American Airlines and U.S. Air, the AACE-RG became the CE-BRG, the Christian Employee Business Resource Group. Together, we join forces to bring help to any part of the world that God may lead. This latest call, in May 2015, brought us to the country of El Salvador, to the very impoverished village of Osicala. Once again, just as in prior trips, our group also included those outside of American Airlines, realizing that this mission is not ours, it belongs to God. Each of them brings a much-needed unique talent to the mission's focus. Missions trips are planned, prayed for, and discussed in detail to ensure we fully understand how we can meet the needs in the most efficient means possible. The culmination of everything coming together towards a well-orchestrated end is nothing short of a miracle. Every facet of the journey's success is predicated on the entire group working as one. Each country and culture has its own special circumstances to be considered. A local TV station took notice and invited us to share the work God had laid in our hearts. Donations come from many different sources over a period of months before a planned launch date. Sometimes that date changes many times as God moves all the elements in position. The wait is not easy, but we have learned our timing is definitely not God's timing. Some of the burden of carrying so many 100 pounds of supplies were accomplished ahead of time by those who flew in before us. We divide, sort, and sift through the mountain of clothes, toys, and supplies to begin tailoring to the different families. Although poor in material possessions, these people are not poor in spirit or hospitality. Understanding those needs and ensuring we met them as best we could was a top priority for all of us. The assembly line wasn't perfect, and ample room was not to be found, but we all managed to work together in concert towards one goal. Time was of the essence. The journey was a 3-hour ride, during which our truck broke down en route and had to be pushed and repairs made. God slowed us down for a reason only eternity will reveal. Such beauty in the vast mountains, lush with growth and grandeur. The need was great, but their warmth and hospitality overshadowed the reality. The conditions in which these families live and thrive are so foreign to us, it only serves to make the dire need to help more pressing. Luxury in this setting equated to having a clean bed and a pair of shoes. The children are always a source of joy and purity. The group made sure we set aside time to be kids again, alongside our newly adopted children. Piñatas bursting with sweet delights brought smiles and laughter to God's little ones. Medical needs are always in high demand, and on this journey, we saw that need in a way that moved us deeply. This 10-year-old boy, in addition to being malnourished, also suffers from cerebral palsy and lives in very harsh conditions, absent of any real comfort. Christian is one of 5 siblings, with parents so poor, they ultimately decided to allow him to die by not feeding him. A local pastor stepped in and has done what he can to save this child's life. As you can imagine, this young boy touched us all deeply, and his plight has now become our own. We will continue to send support and to be part of this life worth saving, for no greater calling exists and no honor is higher. So we will continue to stand in the gap alongside those of you who will join us. Our team brought medical supplies to help with seizures and food to bring strength. The need is so great we feel overwhelmed, but we know that God calls us to action, and He takes care of the rest. We prayed for God to move in a mighty way in this place, and as always, He did. Diabetes took the eyesight of this woman, and she now relies on others to help her get by. We brought medicine to assist her and others who also were living with this debilitating disease. Construction of 2 suitable homes was part of this trip's function. Everyone lent a hand to this arduous task without the aid of modern tools and equipment. Putting faith into action takes on many forms. This time, it took on the form of manual labor. However difficult and painstaking it may have been for us at the moment, we reached towards the goal with great joy, knowing that we would be helping to bring relief to these, our newfound family. Together, alongside others, we built accommodations they could have only dreamt of. God used people they had never met to do a work and be a source of help they could have never imagined. What an honor. The CEBRG continuously works throughout the year, praying for guidance as to where the call will come to go next. Every facet of our journey is solely supported by our group and by those who unselfishly give of themselves. It is a sacrifice of unbounding love in order to send a portion for whom nothing is prepared.